Hi everyone, my name is Cyan. Today I'm really proud, privileged, and honored, and excited and nervous, and just really happy to be able to be a part of Root Gaming's relaunched website, and to be able to say that I am somehow a part of Root Gaming. I am an official Root Gaming vlog writer person, fan site guy. I don't even know what to call it. But I'm an official Root Gaming vlogger. Cats and Root Gaming were nice enough to make me the offer to host my content on their website, and I'm so proud. I'm so happy. I'm so excited for what the future can bring. So if you don't know me, hi, I'm Cyan, and I hope that we can do some super cool stuff together, boys. Today I want to talk about kind of an intangible concept, the concept of esports moments, we'll say, and how it's important in esports, how it's important in StarCraft, how it's something that not a lot of people talk about. And before I launch into this topic, I want to say this is really subjective. This isn't anything set in stone. You can't gather numbers or statistics on this concept. So everything that I say is just obviously my own views, and I would encourage people to disagree with me and start a discussion and a dialogue about this kind of stuff because that's my favorite thing in the world. So let's sink our teeth into it. So what am I talking about when I say esports moments? Um, Esports moments to me is anything that happens that will have an esport fan saying 10 years from now, 5 years from now, yeah, I remember that. I was there for that, and bragging about that. Or anything that happens in a live tournament to get people tuning in, to get people messaging their friends like, wow, you got to see this right now. This is happening. To get people saying, I remember when that happened. I remember where I was. Oh my God, it was so hype. Something that lives on in the community's memory for years and years as just a super hype moment. Because I think that those moments can really go a long way to help build popularity and build momentum for a game and a game community. And I think, to me, that's something that StarCraft 2 has been lacking in the past 2 years, I'll say. In the past 2 years. Definitely in the past year. To open up this discussion, I would like to play a clip from Unfiltered, the Unfiltered All-Stars finale that happened back in 2014 when Shaman was leaving esports for the first time initially. Now he's back now, obviously. And Cody Connors, who at that point in time was a former On Gamers writer and a former team manager for Evil Geniuses, he says something that I find to be absolutely fascinating. He gets a little tilt.
I got about
Whoa.
3/4 of beer left, so let's go in on it.
Okay.
Let's start with StarCraft shitting the bed. 2013 pre 2000 pre WCS 2013. We have really intelligent people that I genuinely respect, called in for a conference to weigh in
We just
on WCS, right? Got like folks like Mike, who's not even working for DreamHack yet. Hellspawn, who I think is a very intelligent person. You have Russell from NASL, who is
like Sean. I remember Sean got
smart
involved in
enough. Alex Garfield representing some of the teams. You have Nazgul representing some of the teams. They bring in this coalition, and then they fucking
Don't do
WCS
anything.
2000. Yeah, exactly. Like these collective minds attribute nothing. I think that's a shit show. I think that's the worst thing that ever happened to StarCraft.
This clip in itself is absolutely just fascinating, and I am so thankful that Cody got drunk and decided to go full unfiltered and alert us to the existence of this. So to contextualize this for people that might not know, Mike is at BC, who now works for DreamHack and organizes the tournaments that happen. Hellspawn, again, works for DreamHack. Russell from NASL. NASL was probably, arguably, the biggest North American StarCraft organization, unless you include MLG in that, perhaps. Alex Garfield is the owner of Evil Geniuses. Liquid Nazgul is the owner of Team Liquid. And presumably there were even more people at this conference thing. So these people got together and they talked about what we need to do what Blizzard needs to do to push StarCraft, to make StarCraft a big thing, to make StarCraft as relevant as possible, the biggest esport in the world. And I think that something that we as a community need to acknowledge is the existence of these esports moments and the importance of these esports moments, which is very unfortunate because you can't just make them happen. But there are multiple times in StarCraft's history where they could have happened and where they just didn't. My main point that I'm going to make with this whole esports moments concept is supporting the region locking of the StarCraft scene and the region locking of the WCS circuit outside of Korea, because I still see lots of discussions from people talking about how it's bad and how it shouldn't be region locked, and for any number of reasons. And if you just prefer to see Korean players, that's fine, but I wanted to reinforce the notion in a possibly different direction, reinforce the notion that this is good for the scene, that it's important for the scene. So let's take a look at some StarCraft esports moments that could have been but perhaps just weren't. In 2013, IEM Katowice was a really important tournament, I think, in the life of esports in general. This is a point in time where StarCraft 2 is still being put on a regularly even playing field with League of Legends and Dota 2. The tournament was in a stadium that was split down the middle, half with League of Legends and the other half with StarCraft 2. And in the round of 12, not even the quarterfinals, not the semifinals, nothing, in the round of 12, the Polish player, the home turf player, Nurchio, goes up against ESC Daisy, a Korean Protoss. And this is a really good example, to me, of an esport moment that just didn't quite happen. I'd like to play a clip of the crowd reaction to Nurchio coming on a stage and just demonstrate the excitement that was around somebody from the home turf.
Okay, guys, thank you very much.
So you might say that, people are just excited to see StarCraft. Maybe they just know his name more and they're equally excited for every other player. But I'm going to play another clip now leading into game to really kind of show the difference between people cheering for Daisy and people cheering for Nurchio, and just really demonstrate that people wanted Nurchio to win.
Poland, give it up for ESC Daisy! Daisy to the top right corner, and at the bottom left in blue we have the Polish player, we have Asus Nurchio!
That's not even really groundbreaking or revolutionary or unexpected. It's kind of just a given that Polish people will want their Polish player to win. I'm sure that there were a lot of more casual fans in that audience, people watching StarCraft for even the first time. So all those Polish flags that you see, all those Nurchio flags, Nurchio signs in the audience, maybe there's not too much to be looking into there, but we can demonstrate here that it's not just people wanting to see good games and good StarCraft. People actively want their home player to win. And that just kind of makes sense, doesn't it? That's a global sports thing. In Game 2, Daisy has been hearing the fans chant, Nurchio, Nurchio, for the whole match. He swept the floor with Nurchio in Game 1. And one of the cutest StarCraft moments happens from here on out. And I want to play the clip because I can't talk about this tournament, I can't talk about this match without playing the clip. It's just perfect. It's adorable.
Oh, Daisy. Oh.
Well, he just scouted his opponent's main base, and he saw, of course, that there is already a drone heading out towards his own base. What Nurture could do here, he actually heard that. Daisy, Daisy.
Oh, Daisy. Oh.
All right, guys, come on, give it up for Daisy. Let him hear that as well.
Yeah.
Did you see that smile? And this is why Poland is awesome. You guys rock so much.
He those Poland guys.
What an adorable StarCraft moment. I think that this is a really cool moment to exemplify the good things about esports in StarCraft 2, and this moment is a large part of why Daisy, going on from here, is one of my favorite Korean players to play the game. But let's talk about why Daisy winning is bad compared to Nurchio winning. It's obviously bad for Nurchio because, well, Nurchio lost and now he doesn't get as much money, blah blah blah, right? Easy there. But it's also bad for IEM and ESL. If Nurchio continues through the tournament, well, all of that excitement, that hype, that fan energy, that whole concept of people messaging their friends and being like, yo, get in here, Polish player winning games, well, that's gone, you know, if Nurchio loses. That's not continuing on through the tournament. The storyline ends there. Daisy winning is a sad, expected reality in a lot of ways. I think for most people, for most StarCraft fans, whenever they see a foreigner versus a Korean, they just kind of expect Korean's probably going to win that. And 90% of the time, 99% of the time, they're not even wrong. So that doesn't create a very interesting storyline. Daisy's cool, and he just did that really cool thing with like the player chants and all that, but it's not the same as a Polish player in front of the home crowd winning the tournament, or winning that match even, I'll say. I think this is a moment where if Nurchio had won this tournament, I don't know what would have happened for StarCraft 2. I think it would have made a difference in the shorter term picture at least, and maybe even in the longer term. Now let's look at a moment of esports, an esport moment that did happen, it did occur, but in my opinion, it got underplayed and overshadowed by the rest of the tournament. I want to talk now about Scarlet versus DRG in MLG Anaheim 2014. If you do not know what happens in this match, spoiler warning, please go YouTube it right now. MLG has it on their YouTube page. It's a match worth watching. Okay, spoiler warning off. In this match, Scarlet is facing Scarlet, the Canadian Zerg player, who is at this point in time considered to be one of two best foreign players, is facing DRG, Dong Regu, a GSL MLG Code S Zerg champion. And it's game 2. And DRG just won game 1. And Scarlet decides to play Protoss.
There's something to be mentioned here, though. I went in the booth right before the match, and she said she's been practicing Protoss, and that she might play Protoss here. She has Protoss picked, and she messaged me to believe.
But she actually has Protoss selected to play. Good luck, have fun. Let's see what happens. She's chosen Protoss. She can't switch. Are you serious? She's playing as Protoss, Acer Scarlet, making a Protoss appearance for the first time ever. What on earth? Now, if she just cannon rushes, that's gonna be awesome. What? Wait, no, we gotta go into the game and catch this dialogue. Yeah. DRG says re, and Scarlet says no, play. Question, seriously?
Well, this should be fun.
Down in the bottom left-hand corner, the last standing foreigner, the hope of Protoss. From Team Acer, it is Scarlet!
The queen of Sideblades.
This is unprecedented. This is unheard of. This is beyond belief. This has never happened. A foreign player in losers round of 4 is facing a GSL champion and is off racing in game 2, having lost game 1. This is insanity. How the hell is Scarlet going to pull this off?
Wow, and there's no more links out right now.
What?
There's 18 on the way. The queens are getting pushed back.
Oh my God, Dong Regu is going to be shaken after this if he loses to the power of Protoss.
Oh my god, there's no way. There's no way.
Energy.
That's
this
a large number of links, though.
He's been waiting and waiting for the time to get the good surround. Scarlet is gently microing back and not gonna do it. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh, Scarlet. Scarlet has experienced the power of Protoss. Scarlet against an MLG champion, a record
GSL
holder,
champion.
a GSL champion, a multi-tournament champ, one of the best Zergs in the world. I mean, well, let's give her the trophy.
That's crazy. Oh my god. That's a moment where you remember watching that, you remember cheering for that. The fans' reaction, just leaping up and yes, that's everyone's reaction to that game. That was not supposed to happen. That is absolutely insane. And it's an incredible piece of StarCraft 2's history. Even DRG appreciates the moment. Even DRG is smiling.
Look at DRG. DRG is going to be presenting Scarlet, as Kat suggests.
Side note, DRG has for a long time been one of my favorite Korean Zerg players. In 2012, he was absolutely my favorite. Good stuff, DRG. So going on from this moment, where Scarlet hands DRG his ass on a silver platter, off racing, what happens? Well, she beats DRG. She continues on through the losers bracket. I think most people considered the tournament to just be hers after this point. She just beat DRG, an MLG GSL champion, off racing with Protoss. Ugh. And then she gets knocked out by Trap. And Trap goes on to win that tournament. And that's really unfortunate because that kills that storyline. Just like with Nurchio, just like with that fan hype that was behind that kid cheering for their Polish brother. Well, as soon as Scarlet loses, that storyline's done. She did not go on to win this tournament. The only storyline that exists within this match now is that she won against DRG with Protoss, which is an enormously huge, important, exciting storyline. But at the time, while it's topical, while it's relevant, while it's happening, that storyline dies. And I think that hurts the event, that hurts the scene, I think that hurts everything and everyone involved, except for obviously Trap, who made more money. This is exactly what I'm talking about when I talk about esports moments and a lack of esports moments in the StarCraft 2 scene. I tried to find an esports moment for StarCraft in the past year, in 2015, and honestly, I couldn't. I might have missed something, I might be forgetting something, but I searched through the top posts on our StarCraft for the past year, and I couldn't find a single thing. I couldn't find any exciting tournament thing to have happened. And that hurts. As a scene, that hurts. As a game, that hurts us overall. And I'm not saying that it has to be foreign players that create these esports moments. Every time Life came back from the brink of elimination in a finals and was doing this, that face, the Life face, and he won, that was a really cool esports moment. That kid, fucking 16 years old, just won X amount of money and just kicked that guy's ass, having been down from nothing, and it was hype as fuck. But guess what? All of those moments are tainted for life. I'm so funny. But those are gone now. Those are tainted. They're dirty. lose their feeling now that life has been, well, revealed to be match fixing. BlizzCon featuring Jaedong and SOS in the finals, that was another perfect chance for an esport moment. Jaedong was supposed to win. That was the storyline. It was the underdog. It was the guy who had come second in so many tournaments. This was the world championship. This was supposed to be his time. And nobody really knew about SOS at that point. And Jaedong lost. And it hurt. That sucked. The fans, you could tell as it happened, you could tell the fans just were disappointed on social media and the internet in general. And that hurts the scene overall. Because for every time a player like that loses, every time a story like that, a storyline like that dies, we lose the chance to be trending on Twitter. We lose the chance to be trending on Reddit as a trending subreddit, because that's important. It's important to have these big posts that go up in our all and have people coming in and being like, whoa, what's everybody so excited about here, and having to provide context for these new fans. And it's important to be trending on Twitter. It's important to be trending on Facebook. It's important to be showing the general public and people who aren't knowledgeable about StarCraft that we're excited about something, that there's something worth paying attention to happening over here, and you should come check it out. And I feel like for the past little while that hasn't been happening. In my head, this is linked to region locking, this concept of esports moments and this lack of esports moments in the StarCraft 2 scene. It's linked to region locking because if you region lock the tournaments, then you're creating a scenario where it's more likely for the home player to win a tournament outside of Korea. Because before, it didn't matter where a tournament was, if it was America, if it was Canada, if it was Great Britain, France, Sweden, Germany, Poland, didn't matter. Koreans were winning. That was it. So region locking creates a situation where the home player has a better chance at winning, which, as we've demonstrated with the Nurchio thing, that's an exciting moment. That builds lots of hype, and that can create an esports moment. And it also creates situations where more of the unexpected can happen, I think. It's not that unexpected things don't happen in Korean games, but like I said before, it's generally a situation, if you see a foreign StarCraft player facing a Korean StarCraft player, well, 99% of the time, everybody knows who's going to win, and it's going to be the Korean player. 99% of the time. And that's not fun to watch. That's not exciting. I'm not saying that there aren't favorites in the foreign scene. I'm not saying that if a random Masters nobody went up against a Naniwa or a Scarlet that maybe they'd win. But there's definitely more opportunity for that kind of thing. Bly in DreamHack knocking out Hydra and Violet is a perfect example of that. That was a huge, enormous deal. Nobody expected that to happen, and I think the finals were better for having Bly in them, just because that was exciting. And if Bly had won the tournament, then that would be a fantastic esports moment, esports storyline. But unfortunately, Bly didn't, which is a great piece of evidence to show that we can't guarantee esports moments. We can't guarantee storylines. We can't guarantee fairy tale endings. But I think that region locking can help to set up as many opportunities for them as possible. So please tell me what you guys think. Please, in the comments section below, tell me what you think about this concept of esports moments, and maybe I'm putting too much value on them. Maybe you don't think that it matters at all. Tell me what you think. I'd love to hear from you. Please consider to follow me on Twitter at CyanEsports. Please consider subscribing to me on YouTube. Please consider returning to the Root Gaming website, which I'm happy to be a part of. And now, for the first time ever, I've got a little sheet here of the Root Gaming sponsors, and I would like to thank TT Esports, Twitch, CyberPower PC, Esports Clothing, Esports Gaming, and Esports Plus, as well as the Meltdown Esports Bars for sponsoring Root Gaming, for providing me with this platform to reach a wider audience. And I hope that people go out and support them, guys. Yeah, Root Gaming. Thanks. Bye.